Okay. Mm. Are we live? Okay, looks like we're live. So, hello again. Welcome to episode 2 of Hero of Law, or game of trial and error. So again, for what we're watching the recording, welcome to part. That's it. Better volume. So let's get back in track to what we're doing. Court is back in session for the trial on Malon of Lone Ranch. Sorry, I'll do my voice acting now. I trust that the prosecution's final witness is ready. Naturally, I have personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time around. Hopefully his ears are intact. As we discussed before to recess, having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to have committed the murder, only one matter remains. The matter of motive, for, naturally, such a heinous crime could be the result of mere happenstance. The prosecution believes the defendant has a deep desire that pushes her to fratricide. Our next witness can shed light on the matter. Fascinating. Very well. Please proceed. The prosecution calls the ranch worker, Ingo, to the stand. And this is... it's funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes. Oh? Yeah, he almost always wears his work dungarees. It's almost like looking at a different person. Well, I guess he wanted to dress up for court and he wouldn't want to get this nice outfit dirty by working on it. Quiet, defense. Witness, state your name and occupation. Your Honor, Honorable Prosecutor. My name is Ingo and my Lone Ranch. Mine. What does that entail, exactly? I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of orders. How long have you been working at the ranch? It'll be several years at this point. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have persevered through all the hardships. Sounds like he was a medal for it. Well, it does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch silos single-handed. Wow, that's some dedication. Very well. Given that you're clearly an important employee, you're privy to some inside information, is that correct? Yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me implicitly. He used to say that we're like a big family. That sounds lovely. That sounds like a real flat that you're gonna be getting lots of unpaid overtime. Evidently, not every member of your so-called family thought the same way, though, did they? It hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, Honorable Court of Law. Witness testimony. The matter of motive. Just a couple days ago, the owner Talon partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malon. Talon became a life tenant, with Malon meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. As long as Talon lived, Malon could not sell the ranch. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get the full ownership and leave the ranch life behind. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her. Wait, what the fuck? And there you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost everything. It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence, we have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of the crime, and now we have a motive. How do we know he's telling the truth? Bah, I have of course verified the witness testimony. As per the law, as all inheritance documents must be filed at the castle town notary office to be consolidated by... Sorry, I'm really taking... As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the castle town notary office to be considered valid. I messed up again. One more time. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the castle town notary office to be considered valid. I saw fit to prepare this for the trial. The prosecution would like to submit the long ranch inheritance document into evidence. Ranch inheritance document added to the court record. Mr. Ingo, why will you... You should pass judgment now, Judge. The defense has nothing. I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. Oh no, they're not. It's just it's fairy tale, really. But of course, that's whatever you like. The hard worker Ingo can handle it. Very well, defense. Please begin. We'll go back to cross-examination. The matter of is notice. So before going on, I seen a little contradictions. I checked the first part, and I've seen some contradictions between Impa's testimony and Zelda. So I must say that is so confusing at this point because, well, it's just a giant mess. I made notes, but I'm not going to read them because probably everything will be cleared up forward into the game. Just a couple days ago, the owner Talon partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malon. Talon became a lieutenant with Malon, so this is the... I'd like to check Malon will inherit the ranch if she's unable to oversee divide. So the document says Malon will inherit the ranch if she is unable to oversee it, divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees. So this means that if she... This is a little weird because the document doesn't say anything about selling it. And an inheritance happens when someone dies, so... It's more... Whoops. I pressed the wrong button. let's see what this say. What do you think of this statement, Your Honor? What is? What is it? Man, just. What I wanted to say is that if Talon dies, then the ranch will be inherited by her daughter. But if she can't take care of it, it will be divided between the crown and the employees. So it's not like selling it was in the cards, right? So clearly there's something here that doesn't make sense. But there's no... The document doesn't say anything about selling the ranch. But why will Malon want to sell the ranch right now? Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty girl like her want to work on some dinky ranch? Did you ask her for the reasons? She thought it much better if she sold the old place and used the money to move to Castletown. That's not true. I love working with them animals. I wouldn't leave them for anything. What? She's often lacking on the job while her working Ingo had to cover for her. Like I said, that doesn't fall far for the three, as you say. That TLOZ for sleep of her job too. Oh, I do recall a quite first story about the long ranch owner blocking the same entrance to hire Castle for an entire day once. The correspondent couldn't wake him up. It took a particularly vocal cook apparently. Geez. Oh, there you go. And the real reason why the ranch has such renown. Me, the hard-working Ingo! Man, that's not true at all. I know, but how do I stop this? So let's put this into perspective. The only thing that this man says, and there's no point of this guy saying anything, it's pure bullshit. Do you think Malon will go that far? I don't want to think it, but clearly the men speak for themselves, don't they? Why wouldn't she just wait a few more years then? Talon was getting older, perhaps she knew more and more work will be piling onto her. But really, how am I supposed to know? Ask her! That's alright. Well, if Malon didn't want to work, would she have done this earlier? As the only child, she's still inherit the ranch. She's still inherit the ranch. No, that's where you're wrong. For a long while, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. He was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal car. No. That's not what the document says. A patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal car. I wish he hadn't changed his mind now. Is this true? Yes, father's previous inheritance documents did work that way. Unbearable. I guess familiar bonds won over his right to help the kingdom. Truly a shame. Yes, naturally. The girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time. I think this sufficiently explains their timing. Let's continue, shall we? Wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like the witness to explain. Why would Malon have planned the murder for the day of the royal visitation especially? More people around means more witnesses. Do you think she would have chosen any other day? Oh, did you forget to mention this? I overheard Talon arguing with her that very morning. He was telling her he'd changed his mind again. He was planning to tell the king that he'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to Castleton to change the inheritance back to the original split. What? Despite the victim's wishiness, it would appear he did make the right choice in the end. And because of that choice, if the defendant wanted to get the ranch, she had no time to waste that day. Is it true too? Absolutely not! Father wasn't planning to do that, and there was no argument either. What to do about this argument then? Why not? There was an argument about the inheritance? That sounds like an important fact to me. The defense requests it to be added to the testimony. Very well, witness, please do so. I'd be happy to, Your Honor. About what time did this happen? First thing in the morning. I was heading out to the silo to start the day's work. I had just walked out the front door of the ranch house when I heard some yelling erupt behind me. Do you remember any specifics about what was said? Oh yes, it surprised me not that I stopped to listen for a minute. It was all like, I'm really sorry, Malon, but the most important thing is to make sure the king will always have a steady supply of bloody horses. I don't care. What about me, father? How can you do this to me? Malon, this isn't just about you. It's for the good of the entire kingdom. What am I supposed to do? I can't move up in life if I'm stuck on this dump of a ranch forever. I thought you loved the ranch. All the animals are here, and Ningo was always around to help out with the chores too. He's pretty great, isn't he? Yeah, Ingo's awesome, but I still hate you for this. This isn't over. What a staring reenactment. I will give my thoughts of the witness acting skills to myself. There's no way this actually happened, though Malon will never want to sell the ranch. Well, of course, she said that now, you buffoon. Remember, she's under suspicion for murder. We can't trust the things she says. Well, I trust her, but the judge probably doesn't right now, and that's unfortunately what matters. Do you have anything in the court record that could refute this story? If you ask me, this whole inheritance issue could have been avoided if the ground wasn't so soft. In the Ruta Desert, there will be no question that the fortress may seize whatever it desires. That's just messed up. No matter, continue your testimony farmhand. Share with us the true nature of the defendant. I mean, this is the only evidence. But something here is a little suspicious. I don't exactly remember what the entire thing was. Whopper did make the right choice in the end. He was going to tell the king that he was sending the ranch over to the crown. What? Okay, clearly something doesn't make any sense here. And I'll try to put this as an evidence. Okay, it doesn't work. This evidence reveals a clear contradiction. Must you can see this. Meh. Well, I tried. How long ago was this exactly? 3, 4 days. I'm not sure of the exact date. Had it been planned for a long time? Talon was getting on in years. Better take care of the matter sooner than later, huh? Malon? He's telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago. What do you mean by partially witness? So now he's saying you and your father had an argument. Like I said, that's not true! Of course, but since no one else was around, it's just your word against his. That's right. There wouldn't be any physical evidence of the argument, so it might be dead end for me. Maybe I should focus on something else. Maybe I'll slip off your precious other statements? What? No, you hold it. That man gave everything for her. She's gotten so many expensive presents over the years. So look at the golden necklace she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Why, yes, a little bottle of perfume, I believe. It's horrible. That was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable. What was that last statement important? Your Honor, the defendant wishes to add the statement about the perform to the testimony. Oh wait. We do actually have a perfume. So okay, let's reread this because if you look at the golden necklace wearing the mask. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Well, a little more sure, I believe. Bah! What are you doing? Trying to implicate the defendant even harder? I think it's an important detail. The perform is irrelevant. But I suppose the prosecution has no objections to strengthening our case. Very well, witness. Please add what you just said to your testimony. This last one, so kind of performance thing. And now we can try this. And we hit the nail. Witness! What is it? Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought for Malon by your father, correct? By the way, I didn't read about this. Bought just before the crime, found at the crime scene. Just before the crime. And he said, often bought, I saw the last one, some kind of perfume thing. So yeah, that's true. I mean, it could match. So I don't think this can be wrong. Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought for Malon by her father, correct? What else would it be for? What? Oh, it was bought by Malon. Oh! No, for Malon, not by Malon. As me to my English. I assure you that was the type of indulging perfumes formed from it. Well, you're wrong, witness. Oh, is that so? Was the ranch owner truly a perfume connoisseur? No, Your Honor. This bottle of perfume was bought for the princess. So what, defense? Sure, it's technically contradicting, but what does the purpose of this bottle change? Yes, defendant. I admit I'm confused as well. Please explain why this point is important. Early in the trial, Malon mentioned that Dallon bought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malon? Sure it is. We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it will actually be the princess making the visitation. Father quickly rode out into town to get a new gift. This info puts one thing into question. I mean, I don't remember the princess' testimony because it's been a week. And I hadn't checked that, but it's clear that she put this into evidence of what they found, but... mean, it will be Talon's tasting gift, but probably it's better to say this. But movement scope is something weird because I mean, the assassination has been inside the ranch, not outside the ranch. But let's say some movement. Some movements around the ranch are put into serious doubt. Someone's. Well, don't keep us waiting there in defense. Who is this person? Naturally, the person whose movement becomes suspect is. Fuck. I mean, there is no other one than this, so the witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume which had just been purchased was found at the crime scene. Ah, so I was right in this spot. So it was the third person that Impa reported, because there were 3 persons. And so the testimony only mentioned 2, so there's a 3rd person missing, and this was the 3rd person. So probably Solde is also implicated. You recall this bottle of perfume which was just being purchased was found at the crime scene. A crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. Wait, what? You shouldn't have known about the bottle. Oh. Ah! Wow, wow, wow. Order, order! Defense raises a very valid point. You simpleton, what is the meaning of this? Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point? No, of course I didn't. I was working on the scene all day. I remember I saw the gift of the day before the crime. The girl is lying. Talon must got the gift before, the day before. You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day. One wars against another's. Defense. Do you have any way to prove that your version of evidence is true? Okay. I'll make a quick pause of 2 minutes. And I'll be back. 2 minutes, please. Oh, I'm back. Okay, let's reread because so Link claims that order defenses, you simpleton, what's the meaning of this? Well, witness, did you go? No, of course it was working, so the room was laying 30. So he knew about the perfume, but it wasn't on the crime scene. Weird. Probably would be a good idea to ask at the store. You know, why don't we send a soldier to ask the store owner when the bottle was bought? Bah, do you know how many people visit a store? And that's a problem. It's inconceivable that the owner will remember every random purchase. Any other ideas, defense? I don't know. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt, and the receipt always shows the date of purchase. It might still be at the ranch house. I say we send someone out to look for it. Father never throws receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The performed one should be right on top. I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush up to the ranch house immediately and search for the receipt. Your Honor. Yes, what is, soldier? We have just received a receipt from the team stating at the crime scene. Very well, thank you. I shall not read it out. There's a lot of raining on this. From Tingle's mysterious smells. Oh yes, I think I've seen the stories. That eccentric looking place in the back alley. You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you try. It's another eyesore. The god of this, nobody running a monopoly of alien performing is preposterous. Perhaps, back to the matter at hand. The nerve of that dunderhead. Why will anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every other customer a fairy? Persecutor. And the balloons. Oh, the balloons. The fool put one right in my face. Prosecutor Dunmire. And now. Continuum. Purchase item 1 bottle of Russian Rupiland. Oh my. This is quite a price. Why would I have to... Your Honor, please. The date of purchase? Oh yes, right. Date of purchase... Well, it's March 16. The day of the murder. Ah! Order, order! Yes, we got him! I think we're finally getting somewhere. But this still doesn't mean anything. Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle then. Bruh. Dude. Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then. Oh, come on. You think we're gonna believe that? Do you have any proof that he didn't? Well, I believe the case for further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we shall learn on his exact movements that day. My movements? Well, alright, there's not a lot to say though. It's unfortunate that he managed to whistle out of that. But this next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. Oh, so this seems to be the murder. I mean, the murderer. No suspicious moments. As was already stated, I have volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. Wait. You work voluntarily? Weird. Pero ¿qué es? I think this document here probably could be a reason that this dude tried to kill both the father and the daughter, because then he could take part of the ranch. I mean, this. I think I can start to build everything up. One point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to Silla right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house and all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, was that detective one fine woman? What the fuck? See, I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Am I serious, you brat? I'll pass. There has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. No, of course. No suspicious movements. As already stated, I have volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, April went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I mean, what the fuck? Still right after that, I still. I mean, so let's go from here. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. Okay. I went back to the cellar right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house and all since then, but there's something missing here. So you went back, stayed there until the courier came? There's something missing here. Because you didn't see what you did after. And you were able to complete this so quickly on your own? You don't know the mind of the greeting, go. What? Yeah, Paul, run! I get in thrones in no time. I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silos, too. There were so many and all so heavy, it was like a puzzle in there. Anyway, that's not important, the point is... So what, the courier and you left? That's it? What the actual fuck? Are you sure? Sure as I can be, mohaha. You never went back, even after the crime was discovered? Bah! They won't let me in! Present the crime scene on some shoes, I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a chance. I had to sleep in the stables at night, it was terrible. Is what he just said important? No, I think it's not. Honestly. I don't see how that could help. Very well, witness. What happened then? Something hinders him. Could you elaborate? She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense, what's not to love? That's not the part I wanted him to elaborate on. Wow, he seems totally smitten with her. Sure does, I wonder how Impa feels about it. Perhaps, when this sort of trial is over, I could. But no, it will have to wait. You thought you could destroy me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker, Ingo, see through your schemes. He's sticking to the story, huh? Yeah, it was a desperate fix, but it holds her surprisingly well. I can hardly believe this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. It's just so nice. He's time to press for more details. He's sort of sleeping somewhere. Must be a piece of evidence or a prophet waiting to prove what he's seeing. I mean, let's try. Pues Impa. Nope. Okay, let's push into what he did last night. Your Honor, I would like the witness to add this last statement to his testimony. What? What are you trying to pull now? Very well. Witness, please amend your statement. Yeah, fine, whatever. Couldn't you have stayed at an inn? Bah, what I am, made of money? Think, boy. I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know. You lower so flaunting your wealth. Right, sorry. I'm not really sorry. I don't want to go bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. Whoops. Well, let's continue. What were you doing? Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We send our crates of milk to milk bars and across the kingdom every day, you know. Milk bars? Okay, this is important. Naturally, everyone loves a good drink, you know. And our milk is renowned as the best there is. I heard some other waters there on this. I heard some other water theirs down. Despicable. I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Indeed. Talon and the girl will usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, since the royal visitor happened that they felt the need to their minds occupied, so I took it upon myself to do it this time. After the morning, I was scared that the Shigan Force investigator will delete the shipment out that the Great Eagle will get the blame. After the murder, I got scared that the Shikan forces investigating will delete the shipment and that will get the blame. So as you remember, there was a return after paying his address. Some orders of milk that left the ranch a little. So these were ready to ship. Thankfully, it all went through fine. Yeah, and you were so concerned with senior public that you wrote the wrong delivery address on it. Hmm. Bah, you aliens, ridiculous. Getting tipsy for something like milk? But you couldn't have it even a sip of the Gerudo's noble pursuit. A real man's drink. A real man's drink? Are most of the Gerudo women? Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had got himself a glass of water. Yes, of course. Moving all that heavy stuff around was a sweat, you see. I got very thirsty and... Wait, what? From one of yesterday's shipments. Should we try this? We wouldn't go even try to return to the ranch house if he knew there'd be a murder there. Oh, I thought he might have any other place to sleep. Father let him move in with us when he was hired so wouldn't have to spend money on rent. Surely didn't expect to be able to sleep at an active crime investigating. Didn't expect to be able to sleep at an active crime investigating scene, though. Well, it's not just that. All of Mr. Ingo's belongings are at the house. All of them, huh? It would be so easy to prove he went back to the scene if he had just something on him right now that he shouldn't. Make sure to check his profile to make sure I haven't missed anything. Hey, speaking of profiles, do you remember you can present those during cross-examinations? Just make sure. Right, sometimes the best evidence of a person, not a thing. Okay, I think I know where to... Let's risk it. Okay, this was the correct answer. But let me elaborate this in my mind. There was... So, all of the belongings were his. You see, they slipped offside and he has things on by his own. In that ranch, so he should be able to sleep there, even without being able to be there. Witness, there's something seriously wrong with your testimony. What? What are you talking about? You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house, correct? A ranch house you were not allowed to go in? That's right. Well, that would imply you should still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but all those don't look like work clothes at all. What? Ah! The defense has a point. The witness appears pretty well dressed for court. I can't imagine he would want to study those clothes or work. Well, what do you have to say to that? Oh, of course. I can explain. It's simple. These are brand new. Yeah. On my way to courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. After all, I couldn't get very well showed up to court dressed like a pawn. U.S. defense. Certain people have a modicum of respect for the course and should dress appropriately. What is this supposed to mean? This might find a sore sweet. So you claim you bought these clothes after the crime, is that correct? Very much so. This morning, in fact. Why do I need to repeat myself? Do you accept explanation? The defense accepts this explanation. Excellent. Then this phase of a trial is about to come out to a long delayed conclusion. Note that the ranch workers' testimony has been accepted by both the prosecutor and the defense. It is time to announce the verdict. You put a valiant effort, but you can only go so far when you claim truly is guilty. Very well, in that case I claim defendant. Actually, can I reconsider my stances of the stance of the witness? Foolishness! Once again, you wasted court's valuable time with this circus act. The prosecutor insists the defense be penalized. Indeed, please consider your statement before making them. Oh, How long is this going to take? To... Well, probably not too much. Wait, what? Oh wait, this wasn't the right... It was... where he slept. Whoops. Have to escape all of this to get into what I want. And then... I mean, it could be a valid explanation, but... unless you have something... And this is the part that should be concerned, that... he doesn't have any money. Which could be the case. You buying those clothes today is simply possible. What? Oh, how can you claim so? Defense, as you know, evidence is everything in court. Either prove that the witness couldn't have bought these clothes today or get out. One of yesterday's achievements probably during the recess in streets tasteless. Impa brought it during the recess. It seems strangely tasteless. The only evidence that I can think of from one of yesterday's shipments, Impa brought it during the recess. It seems really tasteless. I mean, this is the only thing that I can think about what he did yesterday, so let's try. This proves you couldn't have bought their clothes. I must admit, I don't see a connection here. But because there's none, defendant is just wasting our time as usual. Huh, I didn't have worried. Yeah, of course. Defense, as you know everything. Yeah. Well, I don't know them because. There will be a lot to think here. I don't remember a lot of what this dude said, but I don't want to redo this again. I'm going to watch what he said before. I can do that by looking at the stream on my second PC and going back. Trying to partial handling, so I prove that the witness could have brought this to get out. This morning, in fact, what do I need to repeat myself? This is the medium, just no. I don't fucking know. How could I even prove that? I don't know anything about English schedule this morning. Maybe if I could show he already had this close before today. Wait. Oh, damn it. I would like to turn the court's attention to this. So I didn't think about the photo until now. Thanks, Link. Ah! Yeah, the photo. Hmm? Why? This is one lovely pictograph. Oh, it reminds me of the like, days I spent with my... What about this pictograph defense? Well, just look at what Ingo's wearing. This pictograph is from Malon's childhood, but Ingo's very clearly wearing the same outfit he has on right now. He couldn't have bought it today! Ah! Aha! Order! I will have order! Why? Defense is absolutely correct. I hope the witness has a good explanation to this. There! I think we finally got him. There's no way he can whistle all this time. Unless someone whistles over. But it is obvious. Naturally, the witness knew he will need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled for that day. But then he lied. He couldn't bought them today. He bought them into the ceiling in advance so that he could quickly change just before the royal visitation's arrival. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Yes, of course. I needed to be presentable after all. Can't look like a bomb in front of the most important people in the kingdom. Wait a minute, this is insane. What kind of kangaroo court is this? The prosecutor keeps making excuses up on this pole. Ingo was clearly lying about buying the clothes before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, should you won't accept this blatant perjury? I said it, Jude. There can be no other explanation. The prosecutor's explanation does seem plausible. What? However, the fact that the witness didn't simply say himself and instead made a lie about buying the clothes is indeed very suspicious. Defense. The prosecution supports that there's no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can defense think of an alternative version of events? I need to think this through. Oh. Ingo is acting really suspicious right now. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his testimony to conceal his real movements. I hope he's doing that. It was awardable. It was a big thing. This was a martyr. It has to be that Ingo is the murderer. I mean, come on. Dude, he's lying. There's a third person involved that Zelda wasn't talking about, but in Patith. If it's not Malone, Ingo is the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did if I want to think Malone is innocent. With that in mind, why will Ingo change all of his work clothes? What happened to make this necessary? Probably. When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have gotten blood on them. Well, we have the clothes. He had to change into something else to hide his involvement. But then, won't the Sheik and Force have found the clothes in the house? No! Because he went in an hotel. Or better, they were thrown in a fire. Which then makes the point of a fire nearby. So everything here makes sense then. Ingo burned his clothes Yes. That's it! This explains everything. Now you have to put it into the cart. I believe I can offer an alternative explanation. Nonsense. Judge, the defense spent far too long sitting in silence just now. They clearly have nothing. I call for a quick ruling. And not only can I explain it, but in fact, the defense formally accuses the witness of the murder. No! Simple. The reason he has swapped his outfit and why he's been lying about the circumstances ever since is because it got stained with the victim's blood. Reporters, if there were any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Chican force would have found them, and we will be trying someone else's for murder right now. Why? Well, why? You are absolutely correct, prosecutor. Naturally, Ingo couldn't have let his bloody clothes lying around, and so we used this to dispose of them. And then we used the old bottle. Your Honor, cast your mind to the princess' last testimony. If the princess' testimony is truth. It's true. The princess. Oh, the mysterious fire. Surely you yes. You yourself made sure we all knew how meaningless her testimony was. And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. An empty bottle lamp oil found by a burn-out fire. Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes. Well, what about it, witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon and tried to hide it. This is... No! Hold on! What tribal are you spawning here? Me? Kill Talon? You already know that's impossible. Too busy for murder. Everything you said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. Hold on a second, because we can recall this from episode 1. And let me because as I said, I checked the part 1 and Impa says something about this dude, but I have to find the exact frame of it. Which, please. So Impa, in one of her testimonies, said there were only 3 people on the ranch: the victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. And he says that it has an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. Which either proves he's innocent or he's lying. Calculate something here. Or probably messed up and this is not the assassin. It could be. There's no way I could complete those meal shipments, kill Talon, and try to hide my movement. The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Well, I mean, you could do that because in a small kingdom or a regular kingdom, making a wrong shipping address is not that it's not that hard to do, but we will have to prove that. Let's listen to him. The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. So you confirm that you made a fire? Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo. No, I should have to remind you, Defense, but you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the achievement in time. Adding even more things for him to do in that time is preposterous. That's right, the great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient. No, it had to have been him, I'm sure of it. There must be some trick and play here, some kind of shortcut. I must find it. Everything you said is wrong. I had no idea what you're talking about. I had a level of the train of the crane. Just go down. Let's make him elaborate this. Could you explain what that alibi is again? With pleasure. At the time of the crime, I was being prepared at the shipment of milk. That's hard work. I probably had enough time to get them before the courier came to take them. The shipments were inspected by the Shikan force as they were leaving the ranch. And as a resident detective has told us, they were found to be fully loaded up with bottles of milk. That's right! The Shikan forces still have pouches for me. There's no way Cole be the culprit. Oh, I disagree. There has to be a way. There must be. The Shikan first was for there's no way Cole be culprit. And so resident detective has told us they were found to be fully loaded up with bottles of milk. But to get them door before the courier came to take them. Oh, this is a problem because these were lefty. Yeah, let's risk it with this. Man, fuck. So I'm trying to say is that this couldn't be deliberate. If they were... I mean, if they stayed there, because this is presented as a testimony. Oh fuck, I didn't read it. Well, left the ranch. Okay, so this is not the... The problem is, where this was found? I have to watch that episode 1 again to figure out where this came from, because I don't remember. I mean, this was almost at the end. So I had to figure out where this evidence comes from. So first I have to know about this return, I mean shipment return. And where did it came from, or more information about it, because I can't recall where did this evidence came from. But it must be coming from the recess. What if they fired that? She wasn't able to do anything with that. If everything is relevant, right person, Mr. Cody, everything could be collaboration. As the only other person working the ranch at the time, he's the only one who could have lit that fire. Okay, so Impa said this. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he's the only one who could have lit that fire. Is he hiding something? I think the court deserves to know. Okay, things in his testimony. The investigating team has... So, I'm going to reread this from the last episode, episode 1. The investigating team back at the ranch has just sent a word of a new development. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address. They're asking you to come... Still out of clues. I'm going to keep pushing. Would it really have taken that long to murder someone and burn some clothes? It will be taken long enough to finally make the seem invisible. Completing the seams is already involved process. You had to milk the cows, clean the bottles, pour the milk into them, put it into crates, and load those into a wagon. I love working with the cows, but that part takes the longest because you only get a little of that time. So as Mirango said, the whole thing really does take a while. Farah and I usually have to work together to get it done in time for the courier's arrival. There you go, Defense. One client knows this is the unshakable truth. Okay, so there's no way he could complete shipments and also do the killing. In that case, there has to be some way of for him to finish the work faster. You had to find it. Spoons, axes, horseshoes, saddles, bullets, knives, hammers, buckets, garden hose, rakes. Oh, and this list was made by Ingo, which is the one that we're accusing of assassination. There has to be some way for him to finish the work faster. We have to find him. I need more details. Let's start with this one. We had no time for a breakfast, but don't know to kill someone. Yes, of course. The breakfast was cooking while I will keep working. Then just quickly call it up. There's no issue here. In fact, yes, I remember it even burned a bit because I wasn't completely paying attention to it. That's why I had to go get a glass of water, do you see? I had to wash it down after. What a convenient little explanation. But for all I know, he actually did cook up a breakfast on a fire burning was so close. Ugh. Continue, witness. We don't want to hear about your culinary adventures. Of course, of course. My point is just what I've been telling you this whole time. Let's press for more. Surely my scenario is more plausible at this point than these panicked attempts to fix your story. What's more plausible isn't for you to decide, defense. It's the judge that make the final call, and as long as this alibi stands, I can't imagine him siding with you. Yes, all of that loose ends have to be tied before a decision can be made. Witness, please continue. It has to be at this part, but I don't know which. I mean, I'm not a farmer, but does one of these things make the work faster? To milk the cows, clean the bottles, pour the milk into them, put them into creases and load those onto a wagon. There has to be some way to finish the work faster, you just have to find it. See, I'm not a farmer, so he has 8 buckets, garden hose, nice, saddles, shoes, pieces, brooms, sketches, shovel, fleece. Wait, seriously? Oh, okay. Yeah, the problem is that I don't really know how this thing works, so, and I don't remember everything that's been said on the course. So if I could retrace every single thing, every single testimony, everything that was said, but the problem is that I can't recall everything that is being said. But surely something from here. But right now I don't have a clue, because, well, the list of equipment, there's nothing in here, as I said. I promise that I don't have any more clues, so please, another help. say, I meant you overslept and had to scramble to get the shipment stopped by any means necessary. What would you do? By any means necessary? If I overslept, the shipment was have to be late. Or high quality is the only thing that distinguishes the long runs from the others. High quality, Seriously? Seriously? Is this really a good evidence? A fucking link? There's a problem with this game as that, and well, I mean, in order to figure this out, it's really hard to figure this out because there's no way to make it faster. I mean, what could you do without tools to make it faster? It doesn't make any fucking sense. This has to be made up for the developers. Because this should be theoretically impossible. Defense, I should have to remind you that the Chican Force checked the bosses thoroughly. Thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles. Oh, I'm sure it looked that way. Where are you getting at, Defense? Where you go, Your Honor? Milk? For me? Are you trying to breed the youth now? I didn't think you stooped so low. The Crown will be informed of this. Oh, it's nothing like that. I'm asking that his honor try testing the milk. Just one little sip. This is highly regular. But to be honest, I could use a drink. All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know. And I'm taking two. You've probably talked the least of everyone here, though. The defense insists I go ahead and take a sip. Is this what passes for milk these days? This almost tastes like water. Water? I agree, this is definitely not standard milk. As we heard from the princess and the detective, London Ranch is renowned for the quality of these products. But there's no way people will say that about milk this lousy. Yeah, whatever. As if the unwise masses will know the difference between quality and garbage. Where are you going with this, Defense? It's simple, you see. I received this bottle from Detective Impasse still unopened during the first recess. As we know, there were no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday. It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and also completed the shipments on his own, unless he cheated. Ingo watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time. Order, order! Yes, I suppose that could work. Indeed, all he had to do is milk fewer of the cows to save enough time without running the days too much. I guess he used about a 50-50 split of water and milk. This is... No! Talon... Let me stop you right there. I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment. But all you have proven is that Ingo is a slacker. How dare you! Be quiet, you mongrel. Sure, Ingo watered down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer, though, does it? Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well. Yet there's a vital element missing still. Let me put it in simple terms so even a needle like you can understand. Rebuttal. The murder weapon. So these are arguments. You lack the murder weapon. If Ingo was the murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw. What? I mean, the weapon was found inside the body, isn't it? As far as I remember. And why is that? It's simple. If the girl's story about working on defense is true, then she was using the saw while her father was being murdered. Ooh! It couldn't have been in two places at the same time. Do you agree with this? No! No! The saw was the murder weapon. Truly? Well, if that was the case, present some proof. Enlighten us of how it could have been in two places at the same time. I really need to think about this. Two places at the same time. Found in Malo's hands. Oh, so she has a saw? Okay, so then it cannot be the saw. I'll reconsider it. I believe we're complete agreement at this point. You do raise a promise I create for you, right? I'm sure it cannot be explained. Ah, as if... But very well, then let's move on to why nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. What? Where would this supposed other murder weapon have even come from? Couldn't he have used any other old thing? What? Either answer the question in defense or this discussion is over. Don't overthink this. Anyway, Ingokov got a weapon from Will Do. I'll worry about the exact details later. Anywhere Ingo could have gotten a weapon from will do. I'll worry about the exact details later. Okay, so the saw wasn't the murder weapon. I mean, to say that. Oh wait. There are a lot of knives here. Have you forgotten this murder happened on a ranch? There are plenty of sharp things on site. Oh. That's simply impossible. We checked all sharp objects on the ranch and searched everyone. No fresh blood was found anywhere else. Couldn't Ingo have just... And we have this. Couldn't Ingo have just wiped it off? Bloodless traces. It's not that easy to get rid of. People like cats aren't so sensitive, but other belongings like these auras can easily then delve in smell. Naturally, the Shikan forces employs people to use this task. Also, as a long range focuses on selling horses and milk, the animals there aren't regularly butchered. So there's no good reason why any of the tools will have fresh blood on them. And is such implement wolves dot out like a sore thumb. Well, I guess that's a good point. I might have to rethink this. Will Ingo have just disposed of it in some way? That's impossible, you see. No items from the ranch inventory list were missing, and that list is indisputable. How can you be so sure the inventory is accurate? Bah, use your head. There was a royal visitation scheduled for the day. The ranch owner needs everything to be in order. He would double, even triple check that list when he wrote it. I suppose it will be, but... The problem is that the list... Wait. The list was made by Ingo. What the f... Okay, let's try again. The inventory list itself is false. Oh, fascinating. What exactly makes you question the verity of this document? There will be another piece of invisible in the inventory itself. Well, the inventory was made, but the... It's simple. You only need a brief look at the inventory to see it can be trusted. Because it was made by Ingo. Oh, you can't just go around making some general statements, offense. When the word says about the inventory makes suspect. The name! Just look here. The one who completed this list was Ingo himself. And that's the point. When the suspect is the one who makes the list, then it can be forgered. He could easily falsify the accounts as far as his plan. No. That doesn't matter. Oh, yes it does. Nothing could have led the ranch. Wouldn't Ingo have been able to just throw the item out over the fence? Bah, obviously we searched the perimeter of the ranch as well. Nothing was found anywhere. This is the most important point. Has nothing really been able to leave? If there couldn't be anything on the boxes side. Oh wait. I had the I had the high gain set for the microphone and I forgot to disable it. Well, more volume, I guess. Haha. I mean, this isn't going to clip easily, so meh. I'll just reduce it later in post-production, but well, the ones who are watching the stream, enjoy the higher volume. Haha! I guess that only applies to... I'm going to tell something. Hello, hello? Oh, hello, 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 hello? Hello, hello, hello? Okay. It doesn't work for microphone, so... Okay, so the argument here is that this was found anywhere. This has nothing to do with this, so this can't be, because this box were checked, so and we agreed that the saw is not, so this is discarded as well. And it worked with a short metal object, so I still with something with the list. No, we never the range. We shouldn't able to work it. So this isn't a mill. I don't have any evidence here. You have been able to just throw the item over defense, but obviously we searched the perimeter of the ranch as well. Nothing could have left the ranch. I don't know. The photo here doesn't give us anything suspicious. Yes, nothing will be able to... Meh, I don't have anything else. Are you really sure nothing left the... Oh, seriously? Are you really sure nothing left the ranch? What about a few little shipments of milk? Preposterous! Have you forgotten that said shipments have been checked by the chicken force before they were allowed to sleep? Yes and no. That's true, but... There was a place the chicken called Overlock. What is this name are you babbling about? We're talking about box standard crates here, boy. Not exactly vast dungeons full of nooks and crannies to stuff things into, are they? Where could they have missed a murder weapon? It's simple. They overlooked the contents of the bottles. Let's see the contents of the bottle, because where do you hide it then? There's one place inside the crates that the chicken couldn't have checked thoroughly without ruining the shipments. Without ruining the shipments? Oh! Yes, in the liquid. That's right. Ingo put the murder weapon inside one of the bottles to conceal it from the search. I don't think this is possible because one of the bottles will be flooded with blood. Unless they haven't checked the bottles. That does seem plausible. No, wait just a moment. Open a milk bottle won't just go unnoticed. Someone will have reported it. How can you be so sure? Do you even know how much milk an average milk bar uses every day? All those shipments have most certainly been completed used. All those shipments have certainly been completely used up by now. Someone drinking from that bottle will have found it for sure. Choked on it, even if they took too large a swig. It would be a huge scandal. Well, he's right about that, but he's missing some vital information. Well, there has been a return. I don't know if this will count, but objection. And this is probably the center of everything. You will be correct that a weapon showing up in someone's milkshake will cause quite a stir. If the milk ever actually made it to any milk bar, that is. You see, I overheard a very interesting tale during the recess. Word was sent from the ranch not long ago that one of the shipments was returned unopened due to being misaddressed. No! Indeed, if you recall, Ingo was the one who handled all of that. No, that's strange. The ranch supplies the same milk bars every day. Even if he had messed up the street address a little, the couriers would know where the shipment was meant to go. How could he have bungled it that badly? It's almost as if he didn't want anyone receiving a bottle of milk with a murder weapon in it. Whoa! I bet Ingo expected this box to stay in shipping limbo a while longer. How unfortunate for him that the postal service was on this game today. Maybe because they were worried they started to smell. I believe this card was for investigate this box or mirror more closely. Soldiers, have this box retrieved from the ranch immediately. Argument complete. Nice. This is slander. Why will I kill Talon? Sure, he's a bit alive above, but he did give me a job. Why would I want him dead? The motive? That's simple. Why I'm surprised you're even asking about it. This evidence easily explains your motive. And this is obvious. Because if he kills it and then kills the... Because I think it's what I explained before. If he kills this and the daughter with it, he didn't kill the daughter at the end, he could take part of the ranch. So the very narrow intense document you brought by the court's attention states the following: in case of the testator's death, his daughter, Malon of Lone Ranch, will inherit the ranch. Unless he is unable to oversee it, in which case it shall be divided between the crown and the remaining employees. Oh! What? You not only killed Talon but is sent to frame Malon for the crime as well, so you will be the one who to inherit part of the ranch. That's why you volunteered to work in the silo all day. He gave you an alibi so that Malon will be the only possible culprit. Of course you knew about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malon will go back to the ranch house to prepare before he arrived. A perfect setup for the royals to find her next to the body. No, no, no! What are you talking about? Talon sent the ranch over to me? Preposterous! Did he really not know? I guess it was Tremay who procured the actual document, not him. Your Honor. Where's his soldier? The box you requested is here. Already? That was quite fast. Apparently the team at the ranch had already noticed something awry with it on their own. The box arrived just as we were about to rush out a courier to deliver our message. Well. Let's see for ourselves then, shall we? The part of the assignment that proves my case is... I think this is obvious, isn't it? Oh! There's a weapon still there! Here it is. From the bottle with a slight red tint told the milk. That's why it had been unnoticed. Looks like some kind of serrated knife that's placed the regular one pretty nicely. Oh god, those chicken eaters have missed that! I'm sure the milk was pure white when they first checked it. It took a whole day for the blood to dissolve in it. Either way, no matter how you slice it, this proves my theory right. Oh, I've had it. Fine. You wanna know why? You wanna know why I really killed that scumbag? Oh, it was him. No, what are you? So you admit it? Yes, I admit it. What would you do if, one day, after years of backbreaking labor, despite putting your all into the ranch, you were thrown away like rubbish, without any reason? Farewell, we don't need you anymore. What? But that doesn't make any sense. Oh, don't lie. I heard it all. I was just returning back from another day of spine-wrenching work, and lo and behold, what is this? Mom and Talon are taking behind my back. I heard it all. We can't let him go after the visitation. We can't handle things without him. And so, after wanting to work on that shipment, I quickly slipped out while the girl was busy and shanked the good for nothing slacker. Ah, you saw it in his face. He didn't expect it at all. So yes, Malon, I killed that lazy bone you call a father. And he deserved it. Whoa. Order! The witness will cease his posting over such a terrible deed. I think we heard it now. Soldiers, take him away. Wait just a moment. Ingo. Yes, girl? What, to apologize for what you've done? Apologize? Me? You're horrible. We weren't planning to fire you at all. You completely misunderstood what were you saying. What? We had so much work recently. Well, you know how it goes with the royal visits. Always a busy time. Gotta make sure everything's in tip-top shape. I do worry so much about old Ingo, though. He's been complaining about his back recently. Do we should take a step back and relax sometime? Maybe we should convince him to take a vacation? Well, no, there's an idea. I do him good. I'll discuss it with him after the visitation. After things calm down, we can handle everything without him. I knew that third person was the assassin. I mean, it couldn't make any sense that there was a third person and nobody questioned about him. That's you were planning what? A vacation for me? And it did no, it can't be so. Please say this is so. Where did that chicken came from? Oh, the cuckoo thing. Some things never get old. Hello? Okay, hello, are you still there? Hello? Hello? Okay, so I want to explain something, and this is something that. So my router crashed, like always does, and I'm planning to add a second one, but I don't have the structure right now. But I'll probably move this to top priority because I can't rely of a single router anymore because computers are. I know because I used to work on computers, so yes, if your system isn't redundant, then it's not completely safe. Well, back into the gameplay. Fortunately, since I record in MKB, don't record on move, don't record on before. Don't listen to those who say that nothing will happen. It will. We'll always choose security. Because if your entire 3-hour VOD is corrupted, goodbye. Fortunately, on stream I don't know how much of the gameplay was lost. I hope it wasn't a lot, but let's continue from where we're left. The prosecutors are on the side. I think it's time to click the race verdict. This is just a formality, but will the defendants please step up their stand? All I can endure just looking the other way. Like, fuck you. You miss, I'm very sorry for the situation you have found yourself in. I'm very glad you appear to have such a good attorney as a friend. I wouldn't have chosen anyone else. Oh, thanks. Now then, without further ado, in the name of Goddess Lilia, the sacred land of Hyrule, hereby for Malon on Herwan Fine, Malon Love of Lon Lon Ranch, not guilty. Whee! Course adjourned. Well, this is it. We did it! I suppose so. I guess Ingo Source was kind of source removed. I don't think I can even forgive Mr. Ingo for what he's done. That's fair enough, honestly. Really though, you shouldn't think about that for now. You're free, it's time to celebrate. I guess you're right. It shouldn't work. I knew you'd pull through. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, really, so thank you. No, that's not quite right. If you want to thank someone, I'm not the one who deserves it the most. Huh? Your Highness? I thought you were going back to her castle. What things did Impa have to pull to get her there? I was, but really I should apologize for what I did personally. It's an honor. Oh, there it is. There's no need to bow, not after what they've done. Well, if not for my status, I would have probably been carted off to prison alongside that angry little man. Perjury is, really serious, so that's probably not entirely wrong. As usual, you don't give yourself enough credit, Your Highness. How can you say that, Detective? I must condemn an innocent person to prison. Yes, there's something you should think twice about doing in the future. It's all thanks to you that the young lady over here finally went free. Huh? Come on, attorney. Sure, Her Highness what I'm talking about. Hmm? Well... Impa just showed me the most unimpressive face. Hmm? Never mind about that. In any case, since Miss Malon isn't too upset, well... well, sure. Then hut. We have orders to escort the princess back to the castle immediately. Ah, just in time. Farewell, Your Highness. And so they left. Now, there, listen to me. I know that I'm perhaps being too lenient on the princess, but those times are ahead. The princess will need all the confidence she can get to lead the kingdom through them. She needs to learn to take responsibility of her actions too, though. And she will. Huh? Her Highness is in for a rather unpleasant afternoon today, I imagine. The urgency with which she has just been escorted out of her is coincidental. What, is the kingdom going to scold her? At the very least. Now then, my duty is called, unfortunately, so I must be off. Again, you did well today, both of you. I trust that it will be able to that I will be able to relay you in future court proceedings as well. I'll try my best. Thanks, that's all I ask. The unpleasant prosecutor seems to be making his way over here, so I'll be excusing myself post-haste. Farewell. Uh-oh. You! Hello. Nice day we're having, isn't it? Tell me, now, where did that blast detective go? To have my reputation tarnished this way by some novice attorney from the boonies? Dramatic much? It looks about ready to burst from anger. Don't be such a loser, you lost. Don't be such a loser, you lost. Deal with it. Yeah, we got the right verdict. Doesn't that make you even a little bit glad? Yes, I suppose there's some worth in that. What transpired is most unfortunate. I can only offer my condolence. Just remember that it was the meddling of that idiotic princess and the stupidity of that blasted detective that led you to your arrest. If you have any grievances, take it up with them. I suppose there's some truth on what he's saying. Speaking of the detective, it appears he has fled from me like a cook on fire. Mark my words, she will regret what she's done for generations. Well, that sure was something. I don't know if it was being sincere or just wanted to shift blame onto someone else. I wouldn't say he's entirely blameless. Never mind that. Do you think you'll be alright running the ranch by yourself? Of course I can visit, but I have my attorney's duties so too. You get in touch with the castle, see if they can spare some men to work at the ranch. Silly as my father may have seemed, he really did prepare me to take over one day, and he's told me well. I'll make sure the animals are well cared for, just as I always have. That's the spirit. I believe in you. I really want to thank you for bringing the truth to light. If it wasn't for you, I don't even want to think about what could happen. Don't mention it. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. And so ended a very personal case for me. I felt like a weight had been lifted off my back. Malone continued working at the ranch, hoping to make it prosper even beyond what her father was able to accomplish. I didn't really think much about it, but the days following were some of the happiest they lived for a long time. Little did I know that the real tragedy would soon shock the entire kingdom, and I'd find myself smack dab in the middle of it. But that's a legend for another day. What an outro. It was made by Scowl, the leader of newer team, I believe. Yeah, I don't know about you, but the outro looks like it has some work too. More than necessary, I believe, but well. In short, it took a lot of effort. But some cases, I mean, this is a video game, but some things here don't make any sense. Like hiding a knife in a milk bottle, that's almost impossible. But it's a very creative way of putting these things into it. And there's the credits. So I don't know if there are more endings, but let's assume there's only one. And now he's in jail for a while. Hey, he's got a partner. Ready to share fine stories. And well, he's back with the organ. Yeah, a lot of work has been just with the outro. There are those two? Ooh. And yeah, there seems to be a lot of people here because some of the names here are from people that made the newer Wii. Ooh. I don't know what they're doing to her, but... Oh, wash the dishes, now! Well, probably that isn't the best joke, but it's the only thing that I could came in this spot. And Detective Impa smoking a... Is she smoking? And the cat in the stand, like nothing. And... the father. The father's grave. You for please. That's a classical thing to put in the credits as a special thanks. Yep, this is the end. But yeah, this has been 2 episodes, so... Okay. I mean, it's not a very long mod. It's been some time, but... it's not terrible. It's good. Probably a 9 out of 10. Scene select is not unlocked. Extra 1 is not unlocked. Check out in the scene select. Oh, there are extras? Okay, let's go for the extras. I still have time. Extra 1. Meanwhile, somewhere else... Super Talon Gain. Wait, what? They made this into... So they made like a 2D platforming in... Of course, retry. We're going to retry until we reach the end. And he has infinite life as well. That's good too. No. I mean, it's Ocarina of Time. Don't expect to have realistic physics whatsoever. Yeah, this one here... Well, I mean... Hey, it's Ocarina of Time, and this mod has been made to run on a real Nintendo 64, so... You know... There are things that... had to be... the way it is. So is this heaven? Damn it. Oh, there's time. Fuck, I have to... Oh, this is the end. Whoa, I really needed one of those, thanks. I'll return, I'll tell you about a secret I've heard, supposedly. There's a game with a giant egg in which you can become a criminal. And a pair of games with climate change and time travel. They say that extras can be logged by connecting them on the title screen using a certain accessory. No, I don't know what that means, but I'm sure yeah, I can figure it out. See ya. What? What did this say? Some more secrets? By connecting an antenna on the title experience and certain accessory. Oh, so I need a certain accessory, okay. Probably that is an accessory that I don't have and I won't have until very much later. So I'm going to stop it here. So thank you for watching this, and we'll be back with more adventures. So thanks to newer team for making this. It's not as impressive as newer Wii, but it's still good. So again, thank you for